All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're doing well. Going to talk about the market. Going to talk about tarot. Going to talk about crypto list and our platform. And yeah, we're going to get to it. So I want to start off before we go anywhere and do anything else. I want to start off by making you aware of where crypto list is at. And our commitment to making sure that what we release and when we release it, it's going to be good. We feel like we've got one chance to release this, and I know that everyone is anxious. We want to get it out there, but we don't want to shoot the shot and have a situation on our hands where we go too early and it's not quite ready. Right? We have one opportunity. So anyway, that being said, got a message from our developer this morning saying that one of the key issues that we were having troubles with has been solved as far as the charts go. I'll show you CryptoList real quick. It doesn't the solution has not it doesn't show yet, so you're not going to see that quite yet. But here is CryptoList.io, right? All right, just want to make sure that you're seeing it. Okay, perfect. So you're seeing that. So this is CryptoList.io, and it's really cool. We've got our ticker up here. We've got our search bar. We've got this whole thing. These rotate. These are paid areas, kind of sponsorship areas, right? The spotlight areas, something that can be paid for as well. Anyway, so we're moving along and building this. One of the main issues. Let me pull up Crypto List, and you can see. So this is our chart. You can see security information, honeypot scan, tax scan, liquidity lock, overall kind of risk. You can see token distribution here. You can click on it and see and get these addresses, right? Different sorts of things. You can click this to get information on doxing, audit, safe cert, multi-sig. Breaks down the tokenomics down here. So 4% marketing development, 4% liquidity, 2% burn, right? Obviously good information, transaction information down here. So this is good. But so the issue that we've had is, let me pull up like the minute chart. Okay. You see all these dots. These dots right here, this is what we're trying to solve. And so we have been able to customize the chart and add some of the features. So we have like the compare, right, where you can compare two tokens, but full screen, adjust the candle, colors, also we want it to update based off of not time, not like every minute print a dot and it's going to map out the change in value with Ethereum, right? But rather update based off of buys and sells like this information, right? Which is what we're kind of accustomed to with microcaps, because it looks cleaner to do it that way, because we don't often have buys and sells coming in every minute on a business or a token, right? So this has been solved. Now we want to expand into obviously not just showing Ethereum. We want to show different pairings. We want to show BNB pairings, right? We have list, crypto list. It's a Ethereum pairing, but we also have a BNB pairing, right? So we want to show both of those. So what we have to do at this point is there's another kind of substantial update that has to be done, and we're trying to see how this is best to be done, because we want to get the platform launched, but again, we don't want to do it in a way that if we're going to launch it and then the site's going to be down, right, because we're making this major update, that it hurts us in the long run, or that it's buggy. And there are some bugs that we're working out, but again, we're very, very close to getting this out. But anyway, so what we have to do is so for instance, let me show you. Here's an issue that we have. So Kishimoto. Okay, I'll pull up Kishimoto, and this is something that we've got to update. If you pull up Kishimoto, it doesn't pull this, right? What it needs to do is it needs to pull a different pairing, Kishimoto and USD, for some reason, right? So this chart doesn't pull, and we need it to pull, obviously, right? They're one of our partners, and we need this to work. So we have to create a system where we can, you know, change the pairing, which will allow us to do the BNB as well. So, you know, some things like some errors like that are giving us some problems. And then here's one of the other things. Right now, you can search. So if you search a contract, it doesn't always happen, but every now and again, I think it's going to happen. So you get this error, right? So this kind of bug is, you know, it's not ready. So now the charts are done. That's fantastic. We're adding and updating a couple other things. The other thing is the market. So let's move to the next part of this, which is, so anyway, I hope that you like the platform. We definitely want feedback. You know, we have testers going through kind of exposing where there's some weaknesses and things like that. But you know, let's pull up Ethereum here, and you can see it on our on our chart on crypto list, right? So we've got Ethereum here, really cool market information, right? So it's working, right? It's working, but it's about fine tuning. So we're happy to say that of our big tasks, we have completed probably one of the biggest on our to-do list, which gets us, moves the needle closer to launch. But here's something that we're considering as well. First off, we have these other updates and bugs that have to be fixed. And by the way, this chart, like I said, it hasn't, so though we've solved the problem, we need to migrate it over and get this coded on this site, right? So it's solved on another developer site, but we needed to move to this developer site so we can be ready for launch. But anyway, let's look at the market now and talk about that, which is, we've just absolutely continued to dump, right? We hit the square that we were talking about. All right, let me close this down, and I'm going to close this down. All right, kind of fuzzy here. Let's go like this. That might make it a little bit better. So here's the chart that we've been seeing, right? We actually took this low down here. So this is the low going back from June of 2021. That was the all-time low since basically March of 2021. So a significant low, and we did do a swing failure pattern again, but in this market, it doesn't seem to mean much, you know, if we're being truthful with our look at this, and we're not letting our bias run us. So this low came down, but we took that, a lot of liquidations, we moved on out, right? This was the area that we were wanting to buy. And I still have this Fibonacci time you know, window, and I just want to say, I mean, is it not so Luna volume increasing, does this mean anything? Yeah, we're going to talk about Luna, and we're going to talk about UST, because there's a lot going on with that. But I want to say, look at this window. Isn't it not amazing that we are pretty much calling this dip, you know, relative to this window? Like if we actually put in a bottom here and then we moved up, are you not going to be impressed? I would be impressed if I were you. I'm going to be impressed. I think that this, I've been saying this now for a while because I've been getting absolutely demolished. And that's not true. That's not true. But I thought we would find support here, and did not. Thought we'd find support here, being in this this range, did not. And so my last kind of you know, scenario was this square here, right? And so we had some buys in here, and now we're moving on up, and we're going to see, is this a bottom? Do we maybe go even a little bit lower? But I mean, look, where could we realistically go? I would be very surprised if we went below 1200, but could we go to 1200? Sure. Sure. I would be very, very surprised if we actually hit it. But yeah, we definitely could. We could do 1200. I've looked at some kind of longer time frame stuff here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So Bitstamp, this right here. So oops. And then we'll talk about Luna. So just give me a minute here because I want to, we talked about our platform, talked about the bleeding market. But this is logarithmic. This goes back for 2015, right? This information, and so we map this out, and we have our Fibonacci time. I mean, so we go from here to here, and look, this called the bottom. This might call the bottom, right? That would be like July, depending on this measurement. Also, we're nearing the bottom of this trend line. Bitcoin has already hit the trend line if you look at how Bitcoin is, so we might be putting in a bottom here. But this right here could be 1400 to 1200, somewhere in that range. So if we're looking at this type of measurement, which I think we should, we could be looking at a lower thing. So 1200 to 1500, maybe between now and July. Now in July, we would find a bottom. That's a very real possibility that I want to share. Now that I'm looking for bearish kind of scenarios more, because we've talked about it. It wasn't defined. You couldn't technically define this as bearish. Well, now we can. Now we can. Because let me do this real quick. And look, it is not my job. There are people's jobs that they think they want to outline. It's anyway. It's a lot of self prophecy, right? And market manipulation. So these outlets, YouTubers and stuff like that, they can create a lot of fear, a lot of kind of like lower expectations that fill bigger money's pockets, and stuff like that. I have to be objective. I have to look at the chart and take the highest probability trade, right? So if we're in an ascending channel like we were here, let's see, where's the old one? So if we're in this blue ascending parallel channel, we have to play that. Okay, cool. That didn't hold, no big deal. We have, oh shoot, let me put this back on here. I deleted it. I don't know why. Oh, this is all over the place. There we go. We're in this horizontal range, right? Played it, bought here. It was it got a reaction, moved up a little bit, but nothing, right? So continued down pressure, which is really kind of unlike what we've seen. But again, the market doesn't have to do anything we think it has to do or we want it to do. So that didn't play, no big deal. We move on to the next trade. Next trade are these support levels between 2000 and 1700, right? We obviously got filled and bought in on all those levels, and now we wait to see if that's going to play, because we have a lot of reason, swing failures, points of control, golden pocket. There's a lot of reasons to think that this is a good level where investors are looking to buy and big money might be. Okay, so and then also obviously we've got this Fibonacci time window here, which could potentially identify or call the bottom, right, which would be the yearly bottom. So that's really important. Gives us a lot of reasons and confidence to say, yeah, let's take this trade with proper risk management and risk to reward ratio. But look, we're now able to define this as a downtrend. Okay, so we have, let's just do this and then we'll talk about Terra. So higher high. Okay. Now we have a lower low. We now have a lower high, right? This does not make a bear market. Higher high, lower low, lower high, it's 3 points. and we have to define it. We have to stick to this. And now our lower low. 1, 2, 3. We have our downtrend confirmed. Where we go from here, not sure. Now, obviously, you could have, looked at one other thing, which is maybe Elliott waves. So where do we map this out? I think it was like this. And we don't want to be on log. Sorry, I apologize. This is all over the place. Let me get this sorted. Okay, perfect. Oh, we do want to be on log. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, here we go. So let's delete this because it's going to be kind of messy. Let's hide our other things here. And this, and our monthlies. Okay, and our average buy-in, which is changed, and we will update. Okay, so Elliott waves 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. So we could see that. Also, we had our range that we kind of broke, our parallel channel that we broke from here. So we broke it around here. We kind of expected a downtrend, but how far? And now we do our ABC, which is our Elliott wave downtrend. So 0, A, B, and C. Okay. Let's move it more like this, and more like this, and more like this. So do we put in a D and an E and go lower? Possibly. Or do we find some sort of consolidation? And does this also turn into a sideways consolidation, based off this logarithmic scale where we have like a range here and a range here, and we now start to trade it something like this, right? Only to break down into a true bear market. Maybe, not sure. Just something we're thinking about. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to talk about. So we have to build on cryptolist.io. And update those, and we're getting ready. I'm trying to get a very firm timeline together. Look, I'm excited. I have to manage expectations. I have to make sure that we don't deliver and blow, shoot the shot too early and blow our chances of releasing this platform. Also, we're doing this at quite literally the low of 2 years. So it's not exactly like a good time to be releasing anything. Just want to put that out there. We have to kind of take that into consideration, because any marketing money, any big announcements and stuff like that, it's likely to fall flat right now, right, until some confidence is regained in the market and people are not feeling so scared. So that is a factor. Keep that in mind. Now I want to talk about this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened. This is the stable coin for Luna, right? UST. This is supposed to be pegged at $1 and has been. Okay. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to get into things too much as far as like my personal ties to this, but I know some people that got absolutely fucking wrecked. I mean, like millions. You got to keep in mind, this was I think it was $14 billion lost, removed. I feel so bad for what had happened and for the investors. And look, this is my understanding. Okay. I'm going to take that off a log. This is where we're at. So this is supposed to be pegged at $1. It's sitting at 37 cents. What does that mean? It means a complete collapse and loss in confidence of the ability to keep this at $1, right? this is supposed to be a stable coin. First off, Janet Yellen, and look, I'm kind of going off the rails today, and then I'm going to go probably on a hike and clear my head. So this is not necessarily safe for work. So I'll give you that warning. But Janet Yellen can go fuck herself talking about stable coins. The last thing we need, I mean, imagine this: cryptocurrency was created um, as a hedge against fiat. It started as a hedge against fiat, a hedge against what the Federal Reserve is doing. If they ran a project or a coin, um, and or rather, if there was a coin that ran the same policy and monetary policy that the Federal Reserve did, no one would buy it. It would be considered a rug. It would be a slow rug as they continue to mint tokens and give it to their best friends to sell off and and benefit themselves. Meanwhile, inflating the value of our money away. So Janet Yellen has no room to talk. She's one of the biggest slow ruggers around, and so I don't give a shit what she has to say about stable coins or cryptocurrency. We are in competition with her. Cryptocurrencies are competing against the U.S. dollar, and this is why we need to start taking payment for goods and services in crypto. That has to happen. It has to happen, because that's how we take this to the next level and really start stepping this up and compete. Okay, look, when I'm talking about UST and I'm talking about Luna, let's pull up Luna, right? I mean, fuck me, right? I mean, fuck me. Like it's like a launch price. Shit. That is just fucking crazy, right? Um, I'm not here to say anything about Luna or the tether as far as like buy into this, what a good thing or anything. To be honest, I don't fucking know. I don't know. But it got wrecked. It absolutely got wrecked. And the big thing was from what I just showed you, where the UST became decoupled from the dollar. Now, look, this is my understanding. I know there's a lot of shit going on with like BlackRock and Citadel, and BlackRock is the fucking hand puppet for the Federal Reserve. So for Janet Yellen, if that's true, and honestly, I don't know, right? I think that this came up from somewhere on 4chan or some shit like that. So it's like take it with a grain of salt, unless it can be proven otherwise, and I just haven't seen the evidence, which very well could be the case. But I believe that this rumor started on 4chan, and so it's like cool fucking story, face the wall, because you're down 99.38%. You're fucked, right? And you're not alone, by the way. But apparently, there's two things. So this is what we know, and then I'll talk about what we don't know and is being speculated on. And both scenarios end up with Janet Yellen going and fucking herself. So here's what we know. Terra. Okay, so look at this. Like, venture capitalism has changed the game recently with this new kind of, and I guess I don't know how new it is because it seems pretty nuanced. I think we know about it more now because of different regulations and transparency acts. But the idea is this: look, you're gonna have a product and you're gonna launch it, and you're gonna launch it at a loss, and you're gonna fucking bleed money for like 10 years, right? That's the plan. Does that sound like a good plan? Why would anyone launch a business with the intent and knowledge that they're going to fucking bleed for years on end, right? It took Uber is like one of the first to kind of do this, and as far as I know, right, and was successful, but it spurred. I mean, as far as I know, they're successful. I mean, I don't know where they are profit wise now, if it is going to pay off. But this model basically is venture capitalists come in and say, hey, you know what we're going to do? Operate at a rate that makes it completely stupid for anyone to compete with us. Okay. and you're going to be at a huge loss, and we're going to cover the losses for X amount of years, right? So let's say you need $1 to operate, and you're like, yeah, but and it makes it absolutely stupid. No one's going to come in and can challenge our market dominance if we charge, 60 cents. And so the venture capitalists say, cool, what you're going to do is you're going to charge 60 cents so no one can compete with us. We're going to cover the remaining 40 cents, right? And then after 4 years or 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is, we're going to have a complete monopoly on the market. We're going to have dominated this market. Everyone's going to know us. Everyone's going to use us. And we won't be able to have any competition because they can't compete, because if they tried to even match our prices, they would be fucking losing money as fast as we are, but we have more money than they do, right? So they can buy market dominance through this mechanism. And then once the timeline has gone and they have complete market dominance, they flip a switch and they say, cool, now we're raising prices, we're taking this over, like we're becoming profitable in excuse me. And then this is their plan. This is the strategy. So Luna adopted that through their Anchor protocol, their Anchor lending protocol, basically offering this 20% APR, or sorry, APY, which is a really good interest rate. You park your money with them, and you stake your money or whatever you have to do, right? And you get 20% on your money. That's huge, especially when you're in a climate, and the comparison is Janet Yellen and Powell, and these other twits over there are have inflated your money so much and given out so much free money to the banks that even when I went in as a teenager and opened up my first savings account, I was getting paid like 8% to park my money in there. 8% APY. The bank wanted my money. They wanted me to save money. Now what is it? It's like 100th or 1,000th of a percent to give them my money. Get fucked, right? So 20% is huge. 20% is awesome. And from what I understand, they said, okay, we need X amount of people coming in, to keep this sustainable. And then whatever we don't have, right, we, the venture capitalists, are going to make up that deficit, right? So it became, I know the term Ponzi scheme kind of came in. It works with like Uber. This could work with Uber or like a cookie store or something, right? Because you don't necessarily need like continued new people coming in. Like it's not like a Ponzi scheme. You're not paying your customers 20% extra cookies, but that's what was happening here. Like so, in order to keep this 20% up, basically the VCs are like, all right, keep people coming in, keep the growth coming in. People are going to be coming in, whatever, and then whatever we're short, if we're short, we'll make up the rest for that 20% APR. Well, with the market taking a shit and everything going down, right, it became really hard and untenable, and people stopped coming in, right? And so the price got way too high for VCs to cover, I guess. And this is where the speculation comes in. So did that just happen natural causes, kind of like the collapse of this more, Ponzi-esque scheme or Ponzi scheme-esque type of structure that venture capitalists were not willing to cover any longer? And or did BlackRock and Citadel come together, take out a massive, 100, or it may have been 1,000 or something, or 100,000? I don't know what it was. 100,000. That's what I heard. 100,000 Bitcoin loan that they went to Terra with and said, hey, we're going to be selling this, but we don't want it to hurt the chart. So maybe we could do like a backroom deal type of thing. And somehow this is bait. And the bait was taken, and they they sold and transferred like 25,000 Bitcoin off the books, and then they dumped all of it. Like they got their UST, they got their Bitcoin that they had, like the other 75,000, and dumped all of it, decoupling the UST from the dollar and this whole mechanism showing like improving that there was a flaw in the system, which lost credibility with the holders, and they said, oh shit, the stable coin is down to 29 cents. Let me see if I can pull that up, because I think that that's actually the right numbers. Let's see here. Is it days? I don't know. Let's go hours and see. Yeah, so like this kind of initial, it was like, okay, so it was like 23 cents, sorry, 61 cents. So like it dumped, and all of a sudden it's like not tethered anymore. And like, so the loss of confidence, and then it comes down here, it's like 61 cents. And so it's a big loss of confidence. And yeah, it comes back up, and then people are thinking like, oh shit, so like, is this actually tied to the dollar? is this is this tenable? And people got freaked out. People are like, this isn't a fucking stable coin, and they dump out, and they bail, right? And it gets as low as 25 cents, their stable coin, right? So is this natural? Is this the natural conclusion of a failed business strategy that is something that's been championed by other venture capitalists, where they tried to have complete market dominance through covering the losses and making it untenable for other people to compete, and it just went badly? And or did investor groups like BlackRock and Citadel come in and really kind of exploit it, showing the weakness, maybe taking out a short, maybe buying in at a lower price and then dumping it again? Who knows? Honestly, that information may exist, but I don't know. If I mean, I haven't seen that. So this is a big deal, and look, I don't know if you should buy Terra or not, or buy Luna or buy UST. I don't know, right? So it's, yeah, because I believe what they did is they dumped, like they dumped a whole bunch of liquidity. They dumped a whole bunch of Luna, which the UST is tied to Luna, and there's like some ratio where it mints and burns a certain amount. Anyways, they exploited a system and it got wrecked. Or they didn't exploit a system, and this is the natural conclusion of a failed business practice that maybe just doesn't work when it comes to high yield interest payments. And I think a lot of people had the same question of like, how in the fuck can you maintain 20%, right? I've thought of this myself with other things. It's like, how do you get 12%? How do you get 20%? Because it's huge, right? I mean, 20% is a lot for your money. Anyway, so that's kind of the story as far as what we know about Terra. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's the Federal Reserve coming in, and this what they did is they caused this crisis. They obviously made a fuckload of money. They exploited this, and now they're going to be coming out with their own stable coin, and maybe they're going to say, if you want to be compliant with SEC regulations, you have to pair it to the Federal Reserve's digital currency, which is a stable coin that they're going to manage. And maybe this is the camel's nose under the tent, so to speak, of how they get into the game through market manipulation and control. Because again, what would that mean? I mean, think of the Federal Reserve's original statement about like what John D. Rockefeller. Well, I don't know who the fuck said it, but basically, I don't care who creates the laws. It's the person in control of the money, more or less. I'm paraphrasing and slaughtering it, but it's whoever's in control of the money. It doesn't matter who the fuck makes the laws, right? So maybe regulation and DeFi is too hard to truly capture. And maybe this is the camel's nose under the tent of how they, kind of that slippery slope of gain control and gain market dominance through saying that, yeah, you got to get paired to the Federal Reserve's stablecoin. And to that, I say, no. I will tell you, I'm not going to do any business with the Federal Reserve. Just not going to do it. Crypto is in competition with the Fed. They've shown they have a track record. Okay, and you know what it looks like? It kind of looks like Luna's chart. That's their track record, right? our dollar is down like 99.5%. So by that measurement, Luna's actually doing better than you, right? These people can get fucked. And that's my humble and honest opinion. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to cover today. There's a lot that we're working on with Crypto List, making sure that we can get the platform update. We have progress being built. I kind of map out a strategy. I'm probably going to take a hike. I need to really understand where we go, when we're going to be launching this, time frames, and kind of this honest perspective on our progress, because we we don't want to do it. I mean, honestly, my feeling is I would love to do it on an uptrend, which we could be getting close to. Let me change this. What the hell? Oh yeah, okay. I was wondering what that thing was. Which we could be getting to. We could be moving up from here, but we really haven't seen it. It's amazing how little support any of this has actually given us, right? We've had some bounces. Every place that we've called, we've had a significant reaction. Remember this one? 2,700. Cool. And what did we get? We got a decent reaction up here, and then it fucking crumbled. And then 2,200. Decent reaction, and it fucking crumbled. And now we call this, and we've moved up, and we get a decent reaction. So the bulls are trying. We're trying. But we got to see if it holds. It's been weak. But if we're continuing to go, then yeah, we have to wait until we have some stability. I think. So anyway, this is going to be a community decision. We're going to be talking in the community a lot about this. I know we're fucking anxious. We're ready to go. We want to launch this. I want this done. Everyone, I want this done. I'm just telling you, I want to move on. And every day we don't, it costs more money. It's more hours on the books to the devs. It's more bills that have to be paid. Trust me, it's a lot to take on. But this is this is where we have to be smart with our decision making, and not just be like, okay, look, we want to launch because we need to launch. Even if it was ready to go today, would we want to launch today? That's one of the questions that we need to see. And we're not ready to go today. We do have some bugs. I pointed them out early in the video. There's contracts. So the charting thing, the big thing is finished, right? That's the big thing with the chart is finished. That's really cool. It needs to be updated on the site, but on the side developer site, it's built and it's working. So we just need to implement that over. Fantastic, great news, right? Contract search function, market information, those two things need to be done. And then the last thing is being able to update the pairing and be able to receive submissions for when someone goes to look up a chart and it pulls up the wrong pairing and doesn't show a chart. We have to be able to correct that so that the chart shows the correct pairing, which will actually give us the ability to look at BNB and look at other chains as well. So yeah, there's a lot that's happening behind the scenes as far as development goes. There's also a lot happening behind the scenes as far as the progress of List with a longer time frame look. So I guess I just want to keep everyone optimistic that where we're at as a company is really good. There's a lot of optimistic stuff happening. Really, the only thing that's not optimistic is this massive kind of dump. But yeah, I would imagine that we I don't know. If I was to give you a prediction, and I understand, look, I've been giving you bullish predictions time after time after time. Reason being, because until this broke, right? this was bullish, right? And so we were looking for the bull trend up. Then, oops, when we came here, right, and we got this reaction, it's because we're in this consolidation, and it was definitely possible to continue to go lower, but you're not going to take out a short here. You're going to take out a long, because that's what you do. That's that's how you trade ranges, you know. And now from here, where do we go? Where do we go? We could come back up and get rejected again. We could continue to come here, right? And then maybe we break back up. I wonder if we kind of range in here, right? So that's kind of what I would anticipate, is maybe something here. If we're really in a recession, if we're going down, if the bear market is on, I mean, like we're going lower, right? Then we might, you know, kind of break down from here. Maybe we hit, you know, kind of that $1,000 point, 800 bucks, 1,000. Definitely possible, but yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. And there's just as much opportunity day trading to make money in a bear market as there is in a bull market. The thing that I don't like to do personally is I don't like to trade necessarily the parabolic and quick moves, right? I'm not that guy at the bottom of the range that takes out 100x short that we saw got liquidated the other day, right? Because that's stupid, right? And you know, it's not that people don't hit it and get lucky, right? That stuff happens. We see people that put $100,000 into a shit coin, and you know, all of a sudden they're multi, you know, they got $100 million or some shit like that because you know, they got lucky. That's not how you trade, though, right? Just because one guy was able to put $100,000 into something and turn it into a few million, that doesn't mean that that's how you trade this shit, right? At the bottom of the range, you're not taking out 100x short. You're not doing that. And right here, these are buys. We're looking for support. We're looking for opportunities to buy. Now, what changes for me? Well, now I'm also looking for opportunities to short up here, right? Might be looking for a short there. Might be looking for a short here. Definitely going to be looking for a short up here, right? So we're going to see the market. We're going to see how things go. But right now, yeah, we've got a confirmed long-term downtrend, and where that goes, I'm not sure. But this is 0, 1, 2, and 3. Downtrend confirmed. With the downtrend, we really are concerned with the tops. Okay, uptrends, we're concerned with the bottoms. Okay, bottoms, right? So we're going to be looking at the tops and monitoring this. If we come back up and we have, let me give you a quick example, and then I'm going to be done with this. Okay, so this is our Fibonacci retracement. Let's pull this off. Let's pull that off. Okay, let's just pull that off as well. So let's say that things start moving back up and we're doing good, and we kind of hit this. This is probably a good area for a short, right? Probably a good area for a short now. And where do we go? Do we come back down here? Do we hit this? Do we go like this, right? It could actually be setting up a nice bump and run, which is essentially we would kind of break low, flatten out, and then go for a big run long term, right? Which, so what would that be? I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. So I said like July. That'll be over here. Let's look at one other thing, and then I'll let you go. Let's look at, no, it wasn't Binance. Bitstamp. That's July. That's not log anymore. Let's get on log. That's June, July. and doesn't have to track exactly. Let's look at some other fibs. Let's pull some Fibonacci times here. Let's go trend-based fib time. Let's see if this one will make sense for us. So this would be November. I don't think that really makes sense for us. I mean, it might be something that we look at, but a little bit. I like this time zone. I think that kind of makes sense. But yeah, we could do a bump and run, maybe 1500. 1500 to, I mean, probably not lower than 1200. Definitely could be 1500, right? and move on up. So we're nearing the bottom. We're nearing support. I don't know if right now is the time to do it, right? But this is it. And this is for longs, right? There's still opportunities for shorts. And like I said, we're gonna now kind of get into that mindset of shorts. And I guess I want to. No one said this, but I want to address something because I think it could be like misunderstood what my job here is. So there have been people talking about, oh, we're in a bear trend, we're going down, and I get that. Okay. I get that people have been talking about this, and I understand that there are people that have called this. Understand something. It's a 50-50 shot, right? It's a 50-50 shot. And you can look at things like economic indicators, you can look at volume and sluggishness and stuff like that, which we have, right? We've been talking about how this is definitely a possibility that we could see. As far as like, let me change that there. As far as the market not being strong and not really recovering, right? It's something that we've talked about, and we've looked at bearish scenarios. Okay, we've called some levels, but when it comes to the trading that I do, I'm not looking for the massive. What am I trying to say here? I guess what I'm saying is we take the trades that are given to us, right? And we have to look at things in a defined way. So when we're in this upward trend, sorry, not this one. Where's the old one? Old parallel. When we're in this blue parallel channel, right? And we have this, we have a higher, so we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, a higher low here, right? And we're looking for this. This is a good opportunity, and we take those opportunities, right? My job is not to sit here and necessarily speculate on where the market is going to be in 5 months or something. So someone in November, I mean, obviously you're looking for shorts, you're looking that we broke out of that channel and that we've been moving down. There are good trades, but I guess what I'm saying is like someone like Benjamin Cohen, right? He's not doing day trading like this. So we can look at someone like Benjamin Cohen and see, oh yeah, he's saying that likely that we move down, and Bollinger Bands and the arcs and all that, and that's all very well fine and good, right? On the way down, even if that's the case, right, we are going to have opportunities where we come up. Even if we're going to 1,000 right now, doesn't mean that we don't come back up to 3,000, right? So if we do, and we bought in here, right, and we go up there, that's like 50-60%. So that's a trade for us, right? What I'm saying is when you're at this point, it doesn't make sense to short, right? It doesn't make sense to short the bottom of this parallel range, right? It makes sense. So here, this is where we kind of started with this whole series. We longed here, okay? That was a good long. We were looking for support roughly here. We were looking for support roughly here, okay? it was dependent upon the really where the market was going to go. If we were going to continue in an uptrend, those were going to be good areas to buy, especially here. We broke that low. That's okay. We come back down here, right? And now we're looking at a different set of channels. Now we're looking at this type of range. So we look and we say, okay, well, good. So now if we're trading this, then this is the place to buy, right? And if we are successful, we're going to have another 50, 60% trade. That's fantastic, right? That's a fantastic thing. That didn't hold up, right? I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't matter to me as much where Ethereum is going to be. Like right now, I'm not necessarily concerned, and I might have an idea. Like I said, we could do this kind of bump and run scenario, and so that would be, you know, a couple months out, but it doesn't. Actually, hold up. No, that's like a year out. Sorry, why was I thinking that was still 2002? Weird. Okay. Anyway, does that change things? I want to see, because I guess I missed that date. Let's look at Bitstamp again. Where's this? Is that 2000? Okay. And let's pull this in. So December, November. All right. So let's now take a look at this scenario and see how that might trend out. It could be. It could be. Actually, those line up a little bit better than I thought. And then here's July. For some reason, I was thinking that what we were looking at that July was this July out here, but that's a year from now. I didn't realize, so I apologize. So we're looking at like July here as that Fibonacci time zone, and then November, December as the Fibonacci timeline for a bottom, or not for a bottom, but for the it's the trend-based Fibonacci time, which would be this zone, which could potentially set up a nice bump and run type of pattern, if we, you know, do that at all. But so like it makes sense to have an idea, but am I going to be trading the potential bump and run in, you know, that we might get in November, December? No. What am I trading? I'm trading this, because this right here is, oh, come on, for shit's sake. This right here could be a 50% move or a 40% move to this trend line, right? Or a 30% move, or even you know, 20% up here. So no, this isn't what I'm trying not to do is I'm not looking at like, all right, where's Ethereum in the next year? Where's Ethereum in the next couple of years? I'm looking at what are the current trades that we have, and given the question, I'm going to be longing lows and I'm going to be shorting highs, right? And I'm going to keep an eye as we establish this range of, are we in a range where we have, let me kind of make this a little bit more quiet. Oh, I want that one. I want those two. Are we in this range? This giant range here. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit. Are we in this giant range, which would be massive, like 175%? Probably not. Probably not. Are we in kind of like a, let's see, let's go to like a, where's my trend? Where's my parallel channel? Are we in a downward trending range, like a long-term trending range? We definitely could. We definitely could be, right? So looking for longs along that line, if we continue to get respect and play off of that line. I'm also looking for take profits on the middle line, and I'm looking for potential shorts along this line, right? Why? Because the market structure and the definition has changed, right? So we have to play with what we're given, um, and the trades that are going to make sense. I'm not going to sit here and wait for a trade that might or may or may not materialize in December and November and December, right? I'm looking at the trades that are available, and at the time, that was a good trade. At the time, that was a good trade, right? Because that was the definition. Now it's here, right? And what do we need to be profitable? 3 out of 10, right? So you take the trades that you're given, proper risk management, proper risk to reward, and we're going to be mapping this out. So now this is cool. Now we get to kind of map out, do some TA for a defined downtrend, and trade with some shorts, trade with some longs. Currently, bottom of the range, you're trading with a long, right? I mean, that makes sense. Doesn't it seem a little dumb to be taking out a short on Ethereum below 1800? Like, that seems like a stupid idea. Well, that's about where we're at. So the opportunities are going to be longs here. And yeah, also one last thing I just want to point out is going to be this. Again, let's keep an eye on this. It'd be really cool if we actually got it in the window, but this should be pretty impressive, right? We looked at this timeline, said here to here, this measurement gave us this timeline, and look at the absolute massive move that we got here, right? So let's see how this plays out. Again, May 14th to May 19th is kind of that window. We very well could have put in the bottom. I think that we have, but I've been thinking that we've had bottoms coming our way for a little while now, and that's okay. I'm cool with owning it, right? This is how you trade, in my opinion. And so yeah, we'll see where we're at in the next couple days if we put in any lower lows, but which is possible, because honestly we are looking weak. We had the big dump. We've moved 15-16%. Let's take a look at something real quick. Let's go to like a 15-minute chart. We'll see. I mean, I'm not going to start feeling really optimistic about this until we start clearing some of these highs. We start filling some single prints. Oh, we filled that single print yesterday, or not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. That's a single print that got filled. That's pretty cool. But I mean, we're not really filling much of anything recently. We're just moving the fuck on down. So yeah, we'll see. We got to do more than this. This is it's good. It's positive. Short term, like short term movement, kind of positive, but it's still very, very weak. Like we should be up and out of here. Like, that's the thing I'm having a hard time with. Every one of these times we found support, it's like, and I like to let my trades ride out, because you just don't know, and I'm okay with how I do things, right? But when you find support, you really want it to be support. Like, you want it to be moving, and we're not moving. I'm glad that we're getting like, higher lows, but this type of like upwards consolidation, you know what that leads to? It leads to flash crashes, because people are over leveraged, because there's higher leverage, right? And then it ends up not working out. It ends up coming down. It's like this domino effect. So the corrections on something like this is oftentimes much more rapid. But I would love to see a single print candle going our way. I would love to see some momentum where we actually just like, move the fuck out. And we're not seeing that at all. We're not seeing any strength whatsoever. I'm going to pull up exo charts. And let's see. Let's just take a look and just see kind of net longs. Yeah, for fuck's sake. All right, so let's go session, and we'll go session here. I mean, based on the last day, here, let me show you what I'm seeing. Yeah, so based on the last day, I mean, look at this. Not even last day, this is today. 84 million longs closed. 84 million. Holy fuck. Let's get the rect counter up here. We got to go 12 hour, so it'll show us the rect. 50. Look at these fucking liquidations. Jesus. And look at you. How are you getting liquidated on a short down at 2,000? You fucking idiots. Seriously, that's so dumb. You are so dumb. Look at this fucking asshole real quick. I love this. Don't be this guy. Okay? I will trade and get stopped out on buying support and resistance, even if it destroyed me, right? Before I fucking get liquidated at $1,700 because I shorted Bitcoin, or I shorted Ethereum at 1690. Give me a fucking break, dude. You 100x, a whole bunch of people 100x this short, and it's $1,700 or 1690 or whatever it is. They took out 100x short and then got liquidated 1715. Get wrecked. And then look at this. How do you get wrecked? How do you get liquidated on a short at 1880 on Ethereum? I mean, for fuck's sake, guys. That's so dumb. All right, so what are we seeing? This is weak. This is weak. We have a bunch of yeah. This was caused by liquidations. This truly is a swing failure pattern of the low that we saw back in, I think it was May, June, July. I think it was June of last year was the low, and we took that out. Yeah. By the way, let me do this. I'm gonna put in. If you're in here and you want to talk about Luna, there's the stream. Okay. I would love to talk to someone that is involved in Luna, because I talked about Luna earlier. Okay. So I know you can barely see it. Sorry. It's I'll try and zoom in a little bit. But if you want to come in and talk, you can join in, and I would love to get some feedback on Luna, on the UST. I talked about that and kind of what led to it, but I'd love to get maybe someone that's invested to discuss it. So you're more than welcome to come in. All right, so here's what we're looking at. This is, again, Ethereum. This is actually, I wonder if they've got, do they have Luna? They've got to, right? Is there anyone that has Luna? That'll be really interesting to look at, to see those liquidations. I don't see it. What a shame. That would be really cool to see. Not that I want to see people get liquidated, but just see. All right. So, anyways, this is still really, really weak to me. We had a lot of shorts open, and we had a lot of longs close. I mean, 88 million longs close. That's insane. That is insane. And a ton of liquidations, absolutely massive liquidations moving down. And then even now, we still don't even see a lot of shorts close, which is nuts. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're holding a short down at 1900. And then you have some shorts close, a couple million. But look at this, 31 million in longs open. That's it. That's it. That ain't shit. That ain't shit. Yeah, I mean, look, 26, 32, 4.7, and then we got all these liquidations, you degen assholes, and then we move down, and we move down. So, few million open up, few million, another. So what is this? Maybe 20 million open up. So I am invested, but legit just know nothing about it other than it was a good project, and this is a degen play. So yeah, I'm not that heavily invested. I can appreciate that. Look, honestly, and just so you know, what I've said about Luna is I described what we know as far as the venture capitalist model of market dominance and the speculation. As far as it's speculation to me, just because I haven't been able to confirm it, that Blackwater, sorry, not Blackwater, BlackRock, they are the mercenaries of venture capitalists, though. BlackRock and Citadel may have conspired to hurt Luna, decouple the UST from USD. But I'm not saying whether someone should buy or shouldn't buy. I don't know. I honestly don't know, right? But I just explained what had happened with Terra, right? Luna and UST, and yeah, it's up. So it's definitely a degen play. I get that. He says, "Hey, I'm a degen." LOL. Yeah, no, for real. To me, the biggest degen play, look, buying Luna when it's down 99.38%, that's not really a degen play to me. That's like, hey, you know what? There's worse things out there. To short Ethereum at 100x leverage at 1700 and then get liquidated at 1715. I mean, that is some fucking stupid shit. That's as degen as it gets, honestly. Like, just go and just buy randomly new DeFi projects as they launch. Just you're probably better off than taking that short. I mean, that's stupid. But look, not a lot of volume opening up. Really lackluster performance. I wouldn't be surprised if we kept going lower because this is what we've seen, right? We're not seeing anything that's like really impactful. I mean, we've had better price movement. This has been really, really weak. We had really good price movement 2 days ago, and it made sense. That was a really good place to buy, and wrecked again, right? So I know this is kind of like not so easy to see, but basically what we're able to see is net longs, net shorts, liquidations, and to me, this doesn't speak reversal. I would love to see this, but we've got to see millions and millions, hundreds of millions, of longs opening up, some confidence, some people being like, yeah, I'm good with this, right? See, look, we had a 38 million candle on shorts, okay? That's what we need to see for longs, not a 35 million close and a 53 million close, and then followed up with a 30 million open. Are you out of your mind? That's crazy to me. But we'll see what happens. And then shorts barely even closing compared to what's been opened. That's nuts. That's nuts. Like they think that we're going so much lower. So we'll see. We will see. But anyways, that's about it. Everybody, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Let me show you one other thing if I can. So this is going to be my final statement. I am Cameron. I'm the CEO of Crypto List. So please check out our website. which is cryptolist.com. We have a platform that is going to be releasing. It's a charting platform similar to Dex Tools, but with security information. And we did see that a little bit earlier. I can actually pull that. Well, I'm not going to pull it up right now, but you can go back earlier in the video and see the platform for itself. So we're working on a few things. We're getting very close to launch, just getting some things sorted out, but check out crypto list so that way you can go and find market information as well as security information. You'll know the taxes, the shield scored, the token distribution. You'll see if liquidity is locked, if it's a honeypot. You can see if a team is doxed, KYC'd, if they have an audit. You'll be able to get all of their links, website, market information. We're going to be integrating not just a swap in there through Kybex, but a cool chat function, right? You'll be able to see a detailed breakdown of the contract to see if there's malicious code. And then one other feature that's really cool is our bounty system. The bounty system is going to allow anybody to earn crypto by supporting projects that they like. So if you wanted to go out and let's say Luna was signed up with us and you wanted to shill Luna and do Twitter posts and complete these tasks that they might set out, you could earn crypto while doing that. Or for instance, joining into these streams, we might have it be something where you join in, leave a comment, you could earn some crypto. And so teams are going to be able to boost their businesses, their crypto tokens, by incentivizing engagement with their communities instead of wasting it and spending it on influencers and useless stuff. This stuff right here, it goes a long way. It goes back to the community. It keeps people engaged, and that I think is really, really important. So in a down market, this is probably the most important thing that could be rolled out, which is our bounty system, which Kaiba DeFi they're building for us. And yeah, hopefully that's not too much longer either. So a couple good utilities rolling out. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the feedback. And much love to you. Trade safely. And sorry for everyone that was in Luna. Hopefully that gets sorted out. And best of luck to everybody. Take care.